All guests join us on the Goodyear Hotline. Good morning, everybody. Alan Hahn with Key.
Yo.
What's happening, man?
Chilling.
Did you feel like it was like Dodgers were missing from the show yesterday? It just didn't have like a Dodger influence.
No, not really.
No?
I guess we could have. See, you wouldn't get Mookie Betts because of the power.
He's not. Yeah, he's not playing.
Bellinger. That would be. Who else?
So you don't tune in though. Like if it's Dodgers, you're in. Like you're.
No. I'm gonna watch.
I know you're a baseball fan.
I'm gonna watch. I guess but the All-Star game, I'm not really going to watch based on Dodgers.
Let me tell you something. Home Run Derby. Everybody knows me. I'm an NBA guy.
No, I'm watching.
It is
the
better.
Home Run Derby, but I'm saying. Based just on the Dodgers being there, I'm not setting my schedule because the Dodgers in or out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. It's the All-Star weekend.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not going prisoner of the moment. Maybe I am, but I'm not trying to. The Home Run Derby is better than a slam dunk contest. I'm an NBA guy.
Better than a slam dunk contest.
It is by far. No, now it has become more fun, more entertaining. Something about it is compelling to the NBA slam dunk, which has gone away. It's just not must watch anymore.
I would say the last couple of years it's been kind of dull. But overall, though, the slam dunk contest has had its bright moments, man.
It's had some moments, but has it had yesterday again, another show, just majestic home runs, absolute just bombs, like 500-foot. Shohei Ohtani was a great show. Even though it started off slow.
Up. Stop,
So
man.
what?
Lollipop.
But maybe that's my point, though. Maybe that's my point.
Hell, if I throw you a 35-mile-an-hour fastball, you'd be able to knock it out the park time.
Well, I could put on a show at a softball field. I could do that.
You might as well tee it up in like a T-Little League.
But that's not the point. It's just something about it. There's something cool about it. You're going to tell me that you weren't watching that? Pete Alonso had 35 home runs in the first round. And you're just like, damn, he hit 9 in a row. Like, just absolute moonshots.
I was watching to see who would hit it out the park, the actual
nobody
park.
Got it out.
I wanted to see because Colorado's obviously a hitter's park.
Yep.
A short outfield. So I wanted to see if anybody could get it up and over.
Yeah,
Well,
they tried.
Yeah,
I know they tried to hit. They tried to hit the scoreboard a couple of times. Things
probably
like that.
Need Dave Kingman back playing again.
Ooh, Dave Kingman, good reference. But still, like there was just something fun.
No, it was great. I wanted
it's
to
like
see it.
You're right. It's an absolute novelty. There's nothing like about it. It's a soft pitch. It's BP basically.
It's not even BP. It's less than that.
It's fun. Well, they're trying to hit home runs. In BP, generally you're hitting home runs and you're trying to like put in different parts of the field.
But it also your endurance. I think your endurance is extremely important because you swinging in them legs after a while because you're not going to stand at the plate and what is about in one trip to the plate. I would say what are you getting? 30 swings in?
At one trip to the plate?
Maybe a little bit. No, right now.
Oh, you mean in the Derby? Oh, yeah. In the Derby?
With 30?
No, you could even get more. Again, Alonso hit 35.
Oh, so you probably
it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, so it's 2 minutes, but how many swings can you get in?
Probably get 40.
Okay, so let's say you get 45. I'll give you 45 just to push it a little bit.
All right.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
You got to be in shape to be able to do that. Them legs eventually going to give out on you, and your stance is going, start to wobble a little bit. Yeah. You're going to get wide. You're going to stumble because you're swinging. And that's only one round,
It's endurance.
It's endurance,
well,
for sure.
Slam dunk is the same thing, too. You miss a dunk, got to do it again after a while. The legs
but
aren't
you only usually, most likely in a slam dunk contest, guys get their first one, right? They don't really have to repeat all that much.
Listen, Nate Robinson.
Remember
that year.
A couple guys will repeat. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But in this, think about if you swinging that bat and you swinging it 7 straight times, you're going to get tired.
Well, it happens. And some guys, remember Aaron Judge, there was a couple other players as well who had a great home run derby, and then after that just couldn't hit the ball. Like they were exhausted. It affected their swing, all that stuff. We saw that happening. But the guy to watch now, Pete Alonso doesn't affect him at all. He had a blast, too. The Mets first baseman who repeated as the champ, just owned it. He just enjoyed himself. He had fun with it. That's also, I think, added to it is that the players, which typically, again, baseball has gone through this sort of identity crisis of keep your head down, don't celebrate, don't show up anybody. No, to hell with that. Have fun, show joy. And they were doing that, and Alonso was leading the way, which made it even more fun to see a guy. He was dancing in between pitches. It was great. Playing some Nas. Had to
Now,
love
if
that,
anybody
too.
got a problem with you celebrating the home run derby, then something is certainly wrong.
Tell me about it.
With
Well, you
the
remember when
individuals.
Griffey put his hat backwards? Oh my God. We was like clutching our pearls. His hat's backwards, disrespectful to the game. Then you got Griffey there with gray in his hair. How old do you feel when you see Ken Griffey Jr. with gray in his hair?
No, I was looking at Griff. I was like, is that? Yeah,
I thought it was
guess
his
that
dad.
is. Yeah, no, I was like, is that? Yeah, I guess that is Ken Griffey.
Yeah, but the when it comes to the fatigue factor that you mentioned,
Yes.
it's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's going to pitch now in tonight's All-Star game.
Yeah, he'll pitch two people.
Which is amazing. Yeah,
A batter or two.
Probably. But you talk about getting tired. So he started off real slow, and it looked like it wasn't going to be the show we were hoping for. Here's a guy who has 33 home runs at the break. But then all of a sudden he got hot. And the next thing you know, like he and Juan Soto are going like mano a mano if I could. And he ends up losing, but he still hits 28 home runs through they go through an extra round, and then on top of it, sort of a three swings kind of deal. And Soto was fantastic. And he hit all three out. But still, Ohtani doesn't disappoint entirely, even though he's out in the first round. As I mentioned, 6 of his 28 home runs went for 500 feet or more. That's the most of anybody ever in a single Derby performance.
So none of his went out into the asphalt.
No, but it's tough in that place because they've got the scoreboard's so high, and
Yeah,
But
that's
465 feet average with an average exit velo of 110.
I don't even know what the exit velo means, so I'm
I'll let you
not
know.
going to act like I do.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
obviously,
pretty
the
good,
fact
man.
that you read it means it's good.
Yeah. So now he pitches. So we'll see if there's any impact on him in this. Chris Singleton, who we talked to yesterday on our show on MLB on ESPN Radio, just talked about that. The fact that Ohtani has to recover. And we'll call this Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless.
I hope, Boog, that he can recover because he was tired tonight in that home run derby. I mean, from the first round, it wasn't like, advancing and, you're looking at fatigue. You could see that fatigue, even after extended periods of time off, didn't look like he was recovering real well. You have the higher elevation here, thinner air, a little bit harder. But, again, the spotlight was on him coming into this derby. Okay, it's over. Pete Alonso won. It shifts back to Shohei Ohtani tomorrow. And for the sake of all the fans, you hope that he'll be in a good spot to do something special, either on the mound or at the plate, or why not both?
He was talking to Boog, who's obviously John Shambi, and we'll have him on later on the show. That's Straight Talk, brought by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. You see there, too, you know what I like there? Is that Ohtani put on a show, even though he didn't get out of the first round, there's a lot of hype around him right now, which is good for baseball.
But it ain't even hype, though. Hype is, to me, the word hype is something that's manufactured.
Okay.
It ain't, he's real. Like, the dude is really
And you know how we know he's real?
He's real.
Because when he was done, as we showed you on ESPN2, the replays of last night, how many players came up to him, gave him a high five, offered him all that stuff. You used to see the hugs, you see everything else. Like, that's the respect factor.
Well, that's that.
I
They
just
appreciate
believe
his game, though. Whenever
Yes.
you appreciate somebody's game, you go in and you acknowledge them in every single sport. Whether it's football, basketball, hockey, tennis, whatever, you respect that person's game. You know that he's here to stay, and he's a hell of a out.
talent recognizes talent.
Absolutely.
That's
100%.
how I always feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
with that in mind, we move into another topic. Again, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Has the home run derby surpassed the slam dunk contest when it comes to those, again, novelty, all-star weekend kind of things? Is that something like you're like, you know what, the home run derby's must watch? Slam dunk, not as much as it used to be. At KeyJNZ, of course, on Twitter as well. MLB All-Star Game coverage begins, by the way, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio. So with that in mind, what I just said about Ohtani and how there's clear respect from a lot of his peers around him, I have this question to ask coming up. Why doesn't Giannis get that same kind of respect after huge performances? Here he is at the NBA Finals. Is he getting the respect from his peers? Something we will discuss next. Again, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Just getting started. KJZ, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 80, and, of course, right now on ESPN.